Hi, welcome to CrimeMitten. We are your hosts. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Alia.
Every week you'll hear a new true crime story based in Michigan, from the mysterious missing cases to the gruesome murders that left the police struggling to stay on the scene. We're giving you the inside scoop on what's going on in our Mitten state. Tune in every Wednesday for your weekly dose of Michigan true crime. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crime in a Mitten. This episode is a true crime episode, and it's Leah's turn, obviously, because I'm talking.
Right.
Is this the difficult, the one that you was like, why is it, taking you so long?
Yeah, that was just Mercury retrograde.
Okay.
So, I couldn't get it done. That's all that was. It wasn't even a
okay.
I just couldn't get it done.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, is this a difficult one?
No, it's not.
Okay.
So, we made it to episode number 20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Already? This is like a milestone episode.
Right. So, I don't think I've ever done a missing case before. We were just trying to figure that out. And I really don't know if I've ever done a missing case before. So this, I guess, is my first missing case.
Which now that is the 20th episode. The 20th, true crime episode, it makes sense that it is.
No, because the 10th was a murder.
Oh.
And I think that was a murder.
Yeah.
Okay,
so maybe, yeah, but I do think that it's your first one today.
I think it's my first one. So, Paige Marie Renkoski was a loving, caring. She was fun and really loving. She did just because stuff for her family all the time, just because notes and just stuff to show her family that she cared about them. During her young life, she modeled, she sang, and she was a cheerleader. She was hardworking. She loves to educate, and she babysat in her free time. And Paige was last seen on May 24th, 1990, on a Thursday. She was 30 years old at the time. She was 5'6", 125 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. She has a long surgical scar on her right leg from knee replacement surgery, and 2 surgical scars on her left knee. So she lived in Okemos, Michigan, near Lansing, and she was engaged to her husband, Steve. She was a substitute teacher. Like I said, she liked educating and working with children.
She sounds like all over around, really nice,
nice
kind of what you would describe a Southern belle.
Yeah, from Michigan.
Yeah.
So she was last seen in a white silky blouse, baggy silk pants with multicolored flower pattern, and a long beaded necklace. She had volunteered to take her mother, artist, to the airport. She had 3 other sisters, and 2 of them she had 3 sisters. 2 lived in Atlanta, so her mom was going to Atlanta to visit her 2 sisters. So she volunteered to take her mom to the airport. After that, she went to meet a friend in Kenton at a park for a catch-up date, basically what we did with brunch. Right. And then she was going to go to her husband's softball game. Or her fiancé softball game. So around 11:30, she took her mom to the airport, which is an hour and a half from Lansing, in Romulus. And after that, she went to meet her friend like she was supposed to. And then on her way to the softball game, she stopped at a party store. Which basically, no, the liquor store.
Okay. I'm like, Party City?
The liquor store.
Okay.
And that was between 2:30 and 2:45.
Right.
And then she was supposed to be headed to the game, which was about a 30-minute drive from the store.
She had a full day.
A full day. And by this point, it was only 2:30. So, she had a 30-minute drive. She was driving her mother's silver 1968 Oldsmobile, which actually belonged to GM because it was her mom's work car. At the party store, she got a bottle of beer, poured half in a restaurant to-go cup, and then put the rest in the bag.
Okay.
And then, so she was seen, stopped at a rest stop, and she was talking to a man that was somebody reported it later. A lady reported that she saw it later, but she didn't think anything of it because it was just a lady talking to a man.
Right.
But she said there was no type of confrontation or anything. They were just talking.
Just a conversation.
Right.
Okay.
So,
and then she's friendly, so like.
Right, she's a nice, friendly person. So, right.
It's not
it wasn't
out of the norm or
right.
normal.
And then this lady didn't even know her. She literally just saw a lady talking to a man. So, before she was reported missing, the car was tagged abandoned by an officer. The car was still running on the side of the freeway. The car was still running. The headlights were on in the middle of the day. And her shoes and purse were still in the car. But nobody knows if this officer saw the shoes and the purse still in the car, but the shoes and the purse were still in the car.
Okay.
Right.
That's weird. You're not leaving without
shoes on the side
maybe
of the
purse,
freeway.
but not shoes.
Why are you out the car?
On the side of the freeway to begin with.
It's glass.
People.
Right.
Like drivers, like.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
So,
that's suspicious.
Exactly. So, Paige never showed up to the game, nor did she show up to the celebratory dinner. So, Steve's called around, like, anybody seen Paige? Obviously, no one has seen her. And he goes to her mom's house, still looking, let himself in, and couldn't find her still, but there was a message on the voicemail, so he thought it was her. So he listened to the voicemail, and it was police reporting that to her mom that the car was found abandoned.
Right.
So he went to the police station. That was my fiance was driving that car. I can't find her. So they actually quickly got on the case looking for her. Obviously, he's the one who reported it. He's the guy in her life. They questioned him multiple times. He was always
You're
clear.
always the suspect.
Right. He was clear each time. When the story hit the news, people began to call in with their stories, like the lady who saw her at the rest stop, the lady at the party store who she bought the beer from, just regular callers saying they saw her.
Okay. Nice enough to put a timeline together for her.
So, people saw her car on the side of the road, the lady saw her in the store, and just all the places leading up to the end. So, the car was found on the westbound side of I-96 near Fowlerville. 9 tracking dogs were sent to check 900 acres of a wooded area near the car, near where the car was found, along with a helicopter search. 25 billboards were put up along the freeway, and just in that first week, 60 tips were called in, just from the billboards.
Just from the billboards alone. Wow.
But one tip stood out more to them. It was about a maroon minivan driven by a dark-skinned man. They didn't know if he was black, if he was
Middle Eastern,
right?
maybe,
they didn't know, right?
Yeah.
So it was a darker-skinned man with a maroon minivan.
Okay.
A former police officer called in and said that he saw a man flashing a badge with her. That man in the maroon van flashed a badge at her. But he was on the other side of the freeway going the opposite way. He just thought,
Oh,
so he just kept going.
Yeah, nothing
to...
I can't really go turn in the freeway that quick to get to you.
This other officer got it. What I'm going to stop for?
Yeah, okay.
So someone else said they saw a man basically walking her by her elbow to the van.
Okay.
But these are just people passing by
on the freeway, seeing okay.
Right.
So it's still weird. But you know what is the fact that everybody is saying different things that I seen a maroon van do this. Okay, this is something that's okay, this is
But there were so many makes and models of maroon minivans.
Yeah.
Nobody really knew what they were looking for. But Steve was really invested on finding her. He sat on the side of that road and watched and wrote down every red minivan that he saw drive past along with their license plate, and still nothing. Nobody really.
You know what's so crazy? When we had that color minivan growing up, when I lived in Georgia, and we would drive back to Michigan, we had that color. So you need to tell me.
Right, they wrote that.
Somebody was writing my license plate number down. But you know what?
This is also 1970.
Yeah.
So that point.
But that's dedication on his end.
Obviously, there were many theories about you know, all the conspiracy theories and things about what happened to her. Mm-hmm. Somebody said that she could have pulled over to talk to somebody that she saw and she knew. But if it's right next to an exit,
why not just get off?
Why would you get off?
And then I don't
not get off.
I never, like, my grandma told me, like, back then, her and my granddad used to work, like, and they used to, the only time they see each other is passing by on the freeway and stuff. Can you imagine if every time they see each other, they pulled over and was like, all right, so what you do with the kids today? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Just wait it out. Another theory was that she was leaving to start over.
It's her life. They always throw that in for free.
Yeah. But if you're at the airport, why go back towards home?
You could have just left in. Like,
you can just keep going.
Because most of the time, if you did plan on, like, okay, I'm about to just pick up and leave and stuff like that, if that sounds like an impulse move, you're at the airport. You're going to continue to, you're not like, I'm going to go home and risk losing this thrill.
You're downriver. You can leave.
Like, just go.
You leave. It's from Canton to Ohio. When she was in Canton with her friend, Canton is 2 hours from Ohio. It's also 4 hours from Indiana.
Right. So,
in Michigan, we drive to Ohio all the time. For Cedar Point.
It's like our backyard. Should we go drive? We drive to Chicago for the Cheesecake Factory.
If you're gonna escape, you're gonna escape. Like, why go back north to home if you're already downriver at the airport?
So that one doesn't make any sense.
Right. Right. And then after the airport, she's in Canton. That's still not Lansing.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Right. And then if she was leaving, why would she leave her shoes in her purse?
Right. Why would you leave your purse? Like,
with the car running though.
Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. The fact that the car was still on, you should just be like, red flag right there. Something is definitely wrong.
She wasn't excused. Like, something is wrong if the car is on. So, she had just put money into her account. It said a lump sum of money, but it didn't really say how much money. So she had just put a lump sum of money in her account, but it hadn't been touched. The only thing she bought from the liquor store was that beer. So if she was going to run, you would think maybe put the money in it
to begin with.
And then if you're stopping at the store, but you're about to run away, you're not going to take the money out?
Right. No, thank you, baby.
Thank you, man. You're not going to take the money out?
No, that doesn't make it. It doesn't, nothing leaves like how it is nothing that can be like, okay, she just upped and left. Like, especially the whole lump sum money. Yeah, nothing is adding up to it to be like, you just left, up and left.
No, it doesn't make sense. So, during the investigation, like a couple months later, a letter was left on the detective who was over the case. Mm-hmm. A letter was left on their desk. And in the letter was a very descriptive map over where her body was buried. So, of course, they searched and nothing. There was nothing in that area. It was just...
Okay, it was a dead end.
Yeah. Basically just somebody being annoying.
Like, that frustrates me that people could do that.
Right.
And then at the same time, like, it makes me think, like, maybe we didn't look deep enough into it.
And then, nobody really knows how they got the letter.
Oh, what?
Exactly. It was like, some stuff said it was left on the desk, or it was always on the desk, but how it got to the desk, nobody knows. Yeah.
And we don't got, like, security footage back then, I'm guessing.
1970. So, right.
They're still touching crime scenes with their fingers.
Exactly. Right, so nobody even know how it got there, who it came from, nothing. But in that time frame that she went missing, 8 women came up missing, and only half of them are still cold cases, half of them were solved. So,
were the ones that were solved, were they connected?
Yes, it was all one guy.
Wow. So
they looked into him, and actually my next case, I feel like it's going to be on him, because looking into him, he's an interesting guy. 40-year-old Leslie Allen Williams was already in prison when Paige went missing, but he was the one who was responsible for the other 4 women.
Right. Is this like a guy with a funny mustache by any chance, or like?
Honestly, I don't remember.
I don't know. I feel like I heard that name before. Not like, no, he's not mine, but...
Yeah, no, I looked already before I decided I was doing him next. I checked your list to make sure I wasn't doing one of your
But,
cases.
like, no, he sounds familiar. Like, they talked about him before.
What you need? So, Leslie's cellmate was questioned, but there was no evidence that led to him. He already had 3 life sentences for abducting women. Like, 3 different cases.
Not
for 3 different women.
The cellmate or
the cellmate?
Wow.
Leslie had the 4.
Right, and he had his own 3.
Right, his cellmate had his own 3.
Wow.
So he like 3 life sentences for 3 different women. Another inmate was also questioned because he had carjacked a woman like a couple weeks after Paige went missing. So of course they looked into him.
Right.
Like, did he get to Paige first, but because all these men were white and they were looking for a dark skinned man, it didn't really add up.
Why do they be so set on like these descriptions though? Because like we don't know.
You don't know.
Like it could have been.
But I just like there was
something.
no evidence pointing towards these men, but like all the other people they looked into, like other inmates and everything, they were all white men. So it was just like, oh, no evidence. So I don't know if it was really like no evidence, let's keep going, or it was like, oh no, this is a white man.
Doesn't
keep
fit
going.
the description.
Right, doesn't fit the description.
Either way it goes, all 3 of them sound like really like
like they could have done.
They could have done it. Kanan.
Okay, so yeah, like to this day, nobody really knows what Paige is. But her mom recently passed in 2017, I believe. It said all that on my other note card, and I cannot find that other note card. But she worked with Missing in Michigan. So not only was she like helping to find her daughter, she was helping to find all of these other people as well.
And I've heard of Missing in Michigan before.
Yeah. And she got an award for it. Which is now named after her because she put so much hard work and dedication into this. What is it, like a what do you call it? Because she put so much into Missing in Michigan.
Oh, like what funding wise?
Everything, like just she was dedicated. she was dedicated. So the award is now named after her, and to this day, like really nobody knows what happened to Paige, or I mean somebody knows, but the family still does not know. Her niece, her sister Michelle, that her mom went to visit. Her niece now, well actually this was in 2018 when this article was written or something like that. But she was in school to work on stuff like this, like missing person cases, like FBI type stuff.
It's crazy, like how one event.
Like I said, I lost my notes, and I took these notes last week, and I lost that last card of notes, so I can't really say what it was that she's in school for. But yeah, her family is still fully investigated into finding her.
That's good.
Yeah, and the case
like all
is
this
opened
time.
up. Yeah, the case still gets opened up ever so often. They're still looking for her.
Yeah, because that's like the whole thing is weird. Like, your key. I mean, like your car still on. The purse in the car, the shoes in the car, like you have to be really comfortable to have your shoes off. And then I wonder where her shoes at,
like kind of tucked up under the seat a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, I don't.
Hi, baby.
Yes, baby. What's wrong?
You just wanted some acknowledgement, boy.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
We know you here, Kay. We know you here.
She's been turned for so long. But no, like all of it is I don't know. Like, no, it's weird altogether. So I'm glad they still investigating. Like, still look into it. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I mean, it's not the ending you want, but like. At least nobody gave up.
They still haven't given up on looking for her.
Yeah.
So that's basically it on Paige. I will put the information down below if you have. This whole note card is gone. But if you have, if you have any information, think you know anything about Paige, I will leave all of the information for the people you can call in the description box below.
So Kanan gonna pick the question. Since he wants to be
gotta
involved.
Be a part.
Alright, Kanan, tell me when to stop. You're picky. Right there?
You love touching stuff, and now you don't want to touch nothing.
Which one? Which one? Point to it. That one? Okay. Question 1590. If the world had an apocalypse, could you hunt for your own food?
Absolutely not.
You know what? I personally feel like I could do the hunting part. I get so weirded out when I make whole chickens. Cause like, okay. It's so body-like.
Who are you shushing?
You shh. No, you.
You're not hungry. You just had a bottle.
Could you do yours? Could you hunt for food if you was in an apocalypse?
You're like, yeah, I got you doing.
You're like, I was trying. But you stopped me. But no, I think I couldn't do like the skinning part and then like the cooking.
No.
Yeah, I'll shoot them.
I'll be gone. Like,
or you could like, I don't know, you just have to be a diehard vegetarian.
I guess.
Like, we'll give you leaves and stuff.
You can have both, baby.
Alright. So, thank you for picking that question, Kanan. It was very interesting. So, we hope you guys like this episode featuring Kanan.
It was going to be a part.
So,
this wasn't in the plan.
Like, comment, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you guys can hear when we post another episode. Okay. And we won't have another set to do an episode on if we keep him here any longer. So, we will see you guys later. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for listening to CrimeMitten. You can find the transcripts, pictures we've discussed, as well as the links to our references at our website. There, you can also find the links to all of our social media. If you have a case you'd like us to talk about, you can leave a comment down below or go to the Contact Us page of the website and leave a suggestion. Each month, we will choose one for an episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps a lot.